Thank you for watching our Meet the Candidates video series. I'm Shannon with the Greater Statesville Chamber of Commerce, and we are partnering with the Iredell Free News. I have with me here Bert Connolly, who is running for County Commissioner. Thank you for being here, Mr. Connolly.
Thank you.
If you want to go ahead and give us a little minute of why you're running for office.
My name is Bert Connolly, born and raised here in Iredell County. Work here in Iredell County, work for the Sheriff's Office, presently the Chief Deputy here at the Sheriff's Office, and decided to make a run for County Commissioner. Conservative Republican, believe in common sense government, Second Amendment protection, people's rights and privileges protected, and I do not want to see government step into people's homes and things of that nature.
What do you think are the biggest challenges you see facing our county government at this time?
Biggest thing we have right now facing Iredell County is growth. Some counties, towns, cities, municipalities would love for the growth that we have. But we've got to find a balance with that growth, and with the growth comes the need for services, from schools to public safety to all the services that county government has to provide, and that's going to be very, very expensive, and we've got to figure out a way to address our growth. And
what is your assessment of the work of our county staff during the last few years?
Our county staff has done a really good job. Our entire county staff has done a good job. The COVID situation kind of threw everybody, some ups and downs of that nature. We didn't really know which way COVID was going. Everybody has an opinion about COVID, but COVID is real. It has disrupted our lives, whether, good or bad. I mean, it has disrupted our lives. So the county has done a very, very good job, and I think we have some very good county staff.
Recently, the county was giving some ARPA funds. What do you think is the best way for the county to spend those funds?
Well, there's a lot of stipulations that come with the ARPA funds, and that's something that I do at the Sheriff's Office. I handle the budgeting and the procurement of items and things of that nature. So there's a lot of things you can do with it and a lot of things you cannot do with it. So you have to follow that line of what the feds say you can or what the state gives you money and what you can follow. You just can't go out here and do what you want to with that money. That money needs to be used for the purposes it was kind of intended. We have some good uses for the money I think it's been used for, and there's still some money sitting there, and everybody wants a piece of that pie, but there's only so much pie to go around, and we need to be very frugal with those funds.
The county commissioners recently approved implementation of a market pay study. What other strategies can the commissioners employ to recruit and retain first responders?
We've got to act and act now. We cannot wait. The county commissioners had a meeting back on, I think, February the 17th of this year. The market study was presented then, and just this past week it was just adopted. That was a lot of delay, and since 2019 we've lost almost 600 county employees. Now that's retirement and everything that's worked in the mix, but if you've got a problem, triage the problems that you have and attack the problem that you need to fix immediately, and that is staff, that is retention, that is keeping these people here, attracting folks here, and we've got to pay a fair wage to these people.
Should the Iredell County Commissioners enact policies to slow up or speed up residential growth? Slow down or speed up residential growth?
It's a growing county. Like I said, while I go to the other question, it's a growing county. It's a good thing to have and it's a bad thing to have. Slowing it down, it's going to be almost impossible to do. I mean, we need to look and see what we can and what we can't do. But if someone owns 300 acres of land or they own property and they've worked all their life and paid taxes for it, and they want to sell that property, I mean, this is the United States. This is not Russia or some country where you cannot do this or do that. It is America, and what we need to do as commissioners is to plan for the growth as much as we can, but also we need to plan for business growth. We need to provide places for folks to come here and work, industry to come in here, and they'll pay taxes. Because I would a whole lot rather see a commercial park that has industry for people to work versus 10 residential facilities. Because residents coming in, big residential facilities, that's more schools. And schools are not cheap, 80 to 100 to 120 $1 million a pop.
That kind of goes right into my next question. What solutions do you have to build a new high school, since costs are so much higher now since the bond referendum was passed?
Well, with everything that's going on in Washington right now, Washington is not for the American people. I mean, I'm sorry, they're not. I mean, look at inflation, look at everything that's going on right now. I think right now what we need to do is just take a step back approach. We need to see if home prices are going to come down, if construction is going to come down on big, business, big schools, industry, things of that nature. Right now with inflation the way it is, I think right now we just need to kind of take back a step back approach. And even when we built it today, I mean, can the school system hire that many staff to meet the needs of staff in that school? So I think that's something we just need to kind of take a step back from and kind of reevaluate and see what the inflation and what the economy does.
And this is our final question, but what is Iredell County already doing well in regard to economic development, and what do you think they should be doing differently?
We're doing good by attracting business and and industry coming in, but I think we can always do better. We can always do better. And we need to look at the towns and the cities, and we need to look at that, and that's where our infrastructure is. That's where it's already existing. And going back to it, I think folks rather see a industrial park than a residential homes coming in. And I think we could do a lot better, but we need to be careful in how we do it. I don't have a problem with incentives. I don't have anything to do, any problem at all with that. But the biggest thing is don't give away the kitchen sink if you don't have to. We need to be friendly to business. We need to be friendly to the folks that want to move here and live here. But most importantly, we have to protect the folks that are here in this county.
Well, thank you. You have about 30 seconds there to wrap up and give us your final thoughts.
Okay. I appreciate the time. Appreciate the opportunity to come and speak. And this is a very, very important election. The primary is very important, and then the three that get elected will face off in November with the other folks that are going. So this is very, very important, and I appreciate your vote. And you can find me at Bert Connolly for County Commissioner on Facebook.